Our next guest is Miss Rosalind Severine McLean, and she is the author of Oceans of Thoughts, Book 2, A Wave of Smooth Intensity, Captivating Energy, and a Historical Movement of a Musical Decade. That is our guest for today. Hello, everyone, and I am Sharise Johnson-Moore, and I am the owner of Sharise N. Johnson-Moore LLC, and I am a publisher, consultant, visibility coach. And I want to say welcome, everyone, to Authors Visibility Marathon. It has been a privilege to come before you to do this marathon with all of with all of the authors that I know. And I wanted to say that you don't want to miss the main event next month. You do not want to miss the main event for next month of the I Am Enough Empowerment Expo. The I Am Enough Empowerment Expo is happening next month. It is in Stockbridge, Georgia, and we are going to be in the place with Miss Wanda D. Hollis. Wanda D got a panel for the winners. Wanda D got a panel for the winners. Wake up, wake up, wake up, winning. 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 Okay, so that's her theme song, y'all. I can't wait. She's had music composed to her. I'm enough. Her Wanda, I am enough. Empowerment Expo, and it is a thing that's going to be off the chain. Hello, everyone, and how is everyone doing? I want to say it is a pleasure. It is a pleasure to have you here with everyone in the room. And okay,
Yeah.
be back.
Yeah, thank you. My daughter got it on. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, how are you doing today, Miss Rosalind? How you doing,
I'm
baby?
doing good, thank you. I'm doing good, good, good. How are you doing too?
I'm fine. I'm
I'm
fine.
so
I'm
excited
doing
you're
marvelous.
on. Yeah, little ruffles, but that's kind of strange, but at least you got it
We
working.
right. We're gonna make it do what it do,
Yeah,
boo. Right?
yeah, yeah. We have to have it working.
Yes, ma'am. So, Miss Roslyn, can you introduce yourself to our audience, who you are and what you do?
Right. My name is Rosalind Sever McLean. I'm an
Mhm.
author of Oceans of Thoughts book series that's available on many platforms. Amazon, Barnes& and Noble, we have Walmart and other platforms on social media. I'm also on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, LinkedIn, all authors,
Mhm.
alignable, name it. That's where I met Sharise on alignable. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So, yes, I live in New York. I'm from Dominica in the Caribbean, and my work in Oceans of Thought is inspirational poetry, like my
Mhm.
autobiography, as someone explained, categorized me as autobiography mixed in with poetry.
Oh,
So that's what's happening here. So I am
yes.
non-fictional, his historical non-fiction. That's
Mhm.
what, yeah, I can say aligning with that
Yes, ma'am.
genre. Yeah. So this is Oceans of Thoughts. This is Rosalind Sever McLean. Besides being an author, I'm a cultural dance artist. As you see, I have all my cultural stuff on. I'm from
Mhm.
Dominica, so my cultural stuff is on. Oceans of Thoughts is bright, inspirational, and vibrant. And, this is what I speak. Life experiences, with, dealing with just about everything that goes according to the spectrum of life. You deal with bullying, grief. Everyone deals with grief. And what I write about myself is I'm writing about you, because
Mhm.
everyone goes through just about the same experiences across the globe. We're in different
Mhm.
different parts of the land, different parts of the world, but we go through the same thing. So
Mhm.
here I come in, doing Oceans of Thoughts, in
Yes.
allowing you to look within yourself, look
Uh-huh.
within the inner self, find some inner
Yes.
peace, and find some
Okay.
clarity. Because
Yes,
everything
ma'am.
comes from within. Yeah,
Amen. Amen.
things within.
So, what inspired you to become an author?
Actually, I had been doing this writing for decades. Okay, and I had been putting some of my work out there in magazines and little magazines and Facebook and different. But my daughter, she says,
Mhm.
"Mommy, why don't you write a book?" That was
Mhm.
during the pandemic time. I said, "A
Mhm.
book? I can't write a book." She said, "Yeah, you have all this work on pieces of paper around your house. You have this, you have
Uh-huh.
that." Yeah. She says, "You have all this work there. Why don't you put it together?"
Mhm.
And I said, "Well, I have to find somebody to show me how to write a book because I have." She said, "But you have enough there." And this went on for a while, and I got on the computer and I started researching about publishing and, you know, and I found
Mhm.
someone to actually take his class and show me, in the class I learned about the editing part and the whole 9 yards in publishing. And this is how I started. So I already
Mhm.
had a lot of my work there. Most of the work you see in book one and book two book three was already written. It was already
Mhm.
written over the decades, and you could see when I autographed myself with the poetry, I put my name and the date, the year.
Mhm.
And so I just had to get within myself to know which one to put where and how I'm going to format the book. And my daughter was saying, "Oh, if I put something," she say, "You can't put this with this. You got to put this with that," and that. But I already had my work written. I had no
Yes.
idea that I could write a book. That was the furthest thing from my mind all
Mhm.
through these years. I'm writing this
Mhm.
thing, but people always think that you're crazy because it sounds different. You,
Mhm.
as a child growing up, I'm like
Mhm.
not in the forefront at all. It was I was always put behind, put down. Oh, what are you talking about? That doesn't make any sense. And so
Mhm.
I had
Yeah.
absolutely no idea and no confidence in that at all.
Mhm.
I was more
Yes.
into music as I wrote Oceans of Thoughts book two, about my
Mhm.
music journey. And I was into
Yes.
music and dance and art and culture. So that is where
Mhm.
I flourished. I literally flourished on this
Mhm.
level up to
Yes.
today. And
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, so this is how it came about. And then the name, she says to me, "Mommy, you have to put something that goes with your work." I said, "Look at
Uh-huh.
you." She says, "Why don't you write normal?" She says,
Mhm.
so she's saying to me because of the way the work is coming out.
Yes.
And Oceans of Thoughts and stuff, kind of get the name together. She say, "You got to use something that represents what you do. Look at all this work. You have all this work." What? And then I started going to my meditation more and more. And
Mhm.
oceans is not only the sea. Everybody sees
Mhm.
the sea and the ocean, Indian Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Pacific Ocean.
Yeah.
That's not the only ocean in the
Right.
universe. So
Mhm. You got
I
brain.
yeah,
Yeah.
I went out there and I
Yes.
used the inspirational oceans of
Yes,
your
ma'am.
thoughts. And
Yes, ma'am.
that's what I stuck with. Because this is
Okay.
what I'm writing about, the inspirational oceans
Yes,
of your
ma'am.
thoughts. Yeah.
So, in the process of you becoming an author, how has your journey evolved with each book you've written?
Oh, yes. It has taken off, from the beginning stages. It has really grown. People have gotten excited, the audience, the reading public who have read and heard about my work and
Mhm.
felt the journey in the work, how it's affecting them, how it's relating to
Mhm.
them, how it's influencing them. Because I'm talking about the inner journey, inner
Yes.
self, your inner peace. And
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, they refuse and people messaging me and talking to me. And I have traveled, during the course of time. I never realized that people out there had the book. They they would approach me and say, "I have your book." And I would say, "Oh, thank you so much," and go to 9 yards, but not realizing that, yes, it has touched lives globally. People have
Mhm.
genuinely, reached out. And
Yes.
it has evolved. And I
Mhm.
am just thanking and being grateful to the
Mhm.
universe, to the God above, the God within, the God within all of us, that
Yes, ma'am.
my work has been accepted in such a way.
Mhm. Yes,
It has
ma'am.
been, yeah, has been accepted. And that's
Mhm.
the evolvement of Oceans of Thoughts, you
Yes.
know?
Yes, ma'am. So, how do you balance writing multiple books while managing other responsibilities?
Wow, yeah. That's a good one, yes. But I write more in the evening, especially during the week because I work full time.
Mm-hmm.
And I am more, my inspiration, it comes all the time, but I'm more settled into writing at night in the wee
Mm-hmm.
hours of the morning. Sometimes I do something in between because I have other commitments, the home, the house, the the work. And then I
Mm-hmm.
also have other things that I do. Then I dance. So I have that too. I have to look about. So
Yes.
it is, I am more doing this work at night while
Yes,
everyone
ma'am.
is sleeping in their wee bed. When I'm really putting the work
Mm-hmm.
out, it's two in the morning, sometimes three, and I have to get up to work in the morning, and I have to say, I got to go to bed now because I have to tell myself. And
Yes.
then too, I am communicating on the Upwork with the people, the techs who are doing the aligning of the books and so, and they are where in Pakistan and wherever they are, so there's a big time difference,
Yes.
so yeah. But
Mm-hmm.
it's more, that's the balance. The balance is knowing what you're doing, knowing your
Yes.
purpose, and not
Uh-huh.
straying from that purpose. Once you have
Yes.
that purpose, it becomes easy.
Yes,
It
ma'am.
becomes difficult when you're doing something away from that purpose, when you haven't centered and you're just doing things, out of the scope. Then you find you don't have time for this, that, the other, because you're taken away from what you're doing. But once you have the purpose and you center in that purpose, you find
Mhm.
that it becomes easy
Yes,
or
ma'am.
easier.
Yes, ma'am. So what kind of feedback have you gotten from your book?
It's been very good. It's been very, very positive and very educational because some of the
Yes.
feedbacks have been from education. And
Yes.
yeah, because Oceans of Thoughts has gone into the universities, got into schools. I
Mm-hmm.
always say, whatever they use them for at the university or at the school, it's good. It's good for that because
Mm-hmm.
they can use it for their projects. They can use it for their libraries or whatever it is that
Mm-hmm.
they're doing, electives, whatever it is. Oceans of Thoughts is being used for at the university. It's there.
Yes, ma'am.
That's the important thing. So
Mm-hmm.
that in itself is the climax to the feedback that I've
Mm-hmm.
gotten for the books.
Yes, ma'am. So I wanted to ask you, so how do you approach the marketing of multiple books? How do you approach that aspect, the marketing part
Yeah, it
of
it can get tricky, but I look one at a time. I believe in the old fashioned, very old fashioned in a lot of things. Things that are modern, and I take it like that, one at a time. I may want
it?
to, like for instance, I decided, okay, let's promote book two.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing book one, two, and three. No, one at a
Yeah.
time. Book two. Let us
Yes.
get that vision,
Uh-huh.
from the world,
Yes.
and I take it like that. So when I hire uh someone to do promotions
Mm-hmm.
for Oceans of Thoughts, it's one at a time. I may
Yes.
one. It depends on the feeling or the what's happening at the time that triggers a light in me. I will say, oh, use book three. Let's do book three, and I will
Mm-hmm.
search and hire someone to promote book three, if I have to do
Okay.
it that way. A lot of it, I do videos like. I'm sorry.
It's
Is it
okay.
okay? I'm sorry.
It's
That's the.
look, we all got them cheering and always doing something, don't we? They always got to be seen and heard, right? It's
I'm
okay.
sorry. That's it.
It's all right. Look. Our pets are children too.
Yes.
They think mommy not paying attention to me, so I gotta be noisy. I gotta be heard over here. I need some attention. But
She's
it's fine.
announcing. She's announcing I
It's
don't believe in.
I had a dog before, so I get it.
Yeah.
And dogs are like children. They need attention.
Yeah.
Okay. It's
Thank you.
okay.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah. All right. Thank
Um,
you.
and and the thing is, I wanted to express, what kind of challenges have you faced in the career as an author?
Challenges. Well, you could, I never, I have been asked this question on several interviews, and I can never answer that question about the challenges because
Mm-hmm.
I don't see this book as a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Simply because I look at it as I mentioned before, when you have your purpose, it becomes easier. You know,
Yes.
I don't see the challenge in writing. People have asked me, and I cannot find a challenge that, or whatever they think is a challenge, I don't look at it as a challenge.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
look at it as everything has a reason. And if
Mm-hmm.
it is I sit to write and nothing comes, there's a reason why nothing comes. That's not a challenge. That's God's work.
Right, we gotta wait on
You
God.
got to
Right, we
wait on
gotta wait.
Him. You got to wait on the inspiration. You got to wait on the thought to write. Sometimes I sit and nothing comes. And I say,
Yeah.
okay. I don't look at it as a challenge.
Yes, ma'am.
Maybe the sales may not be as promising as other people's sales, but who knows what they're doing to make those sales. And
Yes.
besides that, if I've been this way, my success is people reading
Mm-hmm.
the book.
Yes,
One
ma'am.
person reading the book is a success for me
Right. It's just is
because
that one
just
that
one
one
person reading. Because I was told that no one would read my books when I
Amen.
first started, when I first
Mm-hmm.
published. That was the first thing I was told.
Mm-hmm.
Put down, real jagger. Who wants to read your book? What makes you think you're that important that someone wants to read about your life?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, these are
Yeah.
the type of things I got from people who
Yes.
you never expect. And if I was
Right.
to listen, I would not have written 4 books and
Right.
being where these books are now, you know.
Amen.
So that may be a challenge, but to me that was growth because the more they said and the more they did, the
Yeah.
better Oceans of Thoughts became.
Right? Like I'm gonna finish this. I ain't thinking about what they talking about. God got me on a purpose. God has me in a plan and something He wants me to birth. And that is the understanding of look, we can't let the outside world dictate to us what God is telling us to do.
Exactly, exactly. Because
You know,
when I did
you
book one and that was for book one, that was the beginning, and people were like jaggers into
yeah,
the least people you expected to, people you thought who would support you. They were where
yeah.
were the loudest vocals to bring me down. Book one
Um,
came
yeah,
out, and the
uh-huh.
world went wild. Well,
Yeah.
what about the band? The band, because I played music. So many of those who knew about my journey in
Yeah.
music
Yeah.
were excited. They said, I don't see the band. I said, that's coming. This book
Uh,
two was published within the year. I didn't wait a
mhm.
year. It went out right away, book two.
Okay.
And it
Okay.
just, you know, those
Hmm.
same voices were coming out, but they were coming
Yeah.
less and less until they stopped talking to me.
Right? Like I ain't trying to hear that. I ain't really listening.
Yeah,
You know, sometimes it be like that where we
yeah,
have to block out
yeah,
all those naysayers
yeah.
and the people that have so much negativity because you know what I realize about people? People that always come at us like that when we're doing something that God asks us to do, they mad because they didn't follow God's instructions of what they had to do what God
Exactly,
asked them to do.
exactly,
So I had some people have that tendency of they get mad at others because they're going after their dreams. They're going after what God asked them to do. And they're sitting there, man, woulda, coulda, shoulda, woulda. And it's like all you do is pick the pen, pick up the pad, do the research. God asked you to open a restaurant. Okay, find out everything you need to do about a
that's right.
restaurant. God asks you to write a book, find out everything you need to do about a book. And don't let sometimes you can't tell the left hand what the right
That's
hand do.
right. That's right.
I found that out too, that
Mhm.
you can't tell everybody
What you
what you're
doing?
doing. You just have it come out when
Just
it come out, when God allow you to put it out there, or God let you reveal it to the other people. And sometimes we can't cast our pearls before swine.
that's right.
Okay.
That's right.
So, if you was in, what advice would you give to a first time author?
There's a lot that can be said. for
Okay.
Sam.
Well,
The
we got time today.
yeah.
We got time today.
The first thing I would say to
Mhm.
them, you are
Yes.
your own competition.
Mm-hmm.
Do not look
Mm-hmm.
at anyone else.
Yes.
Look at yourself. Get in front of that mirror. Look
Mm-hmm.
directly at your eyes. When you look
Yes.
at your eyes, you're going to see your heart. You
Yes.
are your own competition.
Yes,
That
ma'am.
is the total globe
Yes.
of your success, of doing anything, whether it's a book, a dance, whether you go to school, whether it's college, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The normal man, the man
Yes.
of today, the man of yesterday, looks
Mm-hmm.
at the material,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a competition. You go to school, you go to the university, get the grades,
Mm-hmm.
higher grades, that the other, then yeah, that's all it's about. There's no
Yes.
depth to it. It's like you have your doctor, your lawyer, your this, your that. You got a
Mm-hmm.
grade, they don't A plus. Oh, they got higher than me, blah blah.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm.
Look within yourself. Be your
Mm-hmm.
own competition. Be
Amen.
better today for yourself than you were yesterday. For yourself, not for nobody else.
Right for you.
For you.
Yes.
And in that way, I've said so many other interviews, and people look at
Mm-hmm.
me strange and say, "No, you're your own competition."
Mm-hmm.
From my experience and what I have been through,
Mm-hmm.
from teachers and the red pen always marking you wrong, you're giving you a failure. When you look at your book, you have everything right, but they read so many red marks. It comes
Mm-hmm.
when you're supposed to be an A or whatever the story is.
Uh-huh.
That's a competition. They brainwash you to believe that's the only way you can excel.
Yes.
But no, the way the
Mm-hmm.
good Lord and the good inspiration and the inner
Mm-hmm.
self want you to excel,
Mm-hmm.
it's like looking within and being your own competition.
Yes.
You're doing a podcast now. You have
Yes.
your podcast. Someone would look at you and want to be like you and say, oh,
Mm-hmm.
gosh, she has this thing. How can I do? Right away, that's wrong. Why you want to be like Sharise? Do you know what Sharise had to do to be where she is today? Do you know what she had to do? Do you know the ins and outs? If you want to be like Sharise, all the negative things and all the bad things that happen to Sharise should happen to you too.
Right. They don't understand. They don't understand. It was a song. It's a song I play every morning. It's a song I play every morning. And say, I'm glad I don't look like what I've been through.
Exactly. You see?
And that song sets my day off as look, and then I'm glad I don't look like what I've been through.
Yeah.
You didn't see me now, you didn't see me then. When I had no friends, when I was home alone,
Yeah.
all alone, I was sitting at home just it's the thing of is be proud of the way God made you individually.
That's the core. That's the core of oceans of thoughts. And that's the core of the way I think. And you'd be
Yes.
wrong because everything is for
Everybody,
everybody, and everybody.
yeah.
Some people may say that what is she talking about? But no, I believe in that. From
Yeah.
what I have been through in life,
Yeah.
I've reached
Mhm,
my senior years, thank God. Being
mhm.
grateful is the key.
Yes.
And look within, meditate,
Yes.
grab it
Mhm.
to yourself, and be grateful to the holy inspiration and the holy God.
Yes.
And
Mhm.
when you see people doing good,
Yeah.
be thankful. They have
Yeah.
done good.
Yeah. Tell them, look, I'm proud of you.
Yes, compliment them.
Go and you like, okay, well, how did you do this?
Yeah.
And da 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 da. And one thing I've learned as being a author in my 9 years, it'll be 10 years in July coming up. Teach others.
Yes.
Teach.
Teach.
Teach others what they think they teach them about how it is to actually be an author. Because there's so much fake information out here.
That's it.
And some people think they know it all. And it's like, okay, wait a minute, hold up, wait a minute. You want to correct them, but then some people don't take correction
Exactly.
well. And you have to learn how to have discernment when to share the information that you know and when not to share the information that you
Exactly. Yeah.
know. And so that's what I had to say about first time authors.
Yeah.
Miss Rosalind, do you have anything coming up? Any events coming up that you're going to be participating at, or book signs or anything?
Well, I just had a couple, I had a couple interviews I've done, very, very recently. So that could answer to your question. If they look on my YouTube, on my Facebook, they will see some of the interviews that I've done. Very recently with press publishing, I did interviews for Oceans of Thoughts Book 4. I did
Mm-hmm.
Ocean Book and Book 3. I had two different publishing. Poetry Day. I did Poetry
Yes.
Day and children's marathon, the one for children's. So I just did that recently. I have a couple magazine publication coming up with
Mm-hmm.
some texts I met online on LinkedIn, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
waiting for it to come out so I can promote it.
Uh-huh.
So there are two of them. I also did one with Lincoln. That's the executive. Oh, I diaries, executive diaries. It's on
Ma'am.
Lincoln. So I did that
Mm-hmm.
most recently. These are the more recent ones. I'm also on the influential women platform.
Yes.
So that
Mm-hmm.
with that platform, I am putting out some work. They
Okay.
ask, putting out different work that they ask, and so you could see that on here too. And I
Mm-hmm.
joined the Caribbean Push, POSH,
Uh-huh.
group. I met them on LinkedIn, everything about them meeting on LinkedIn. And
Uh,
I hoping to you know, do some
yes.
promotions with them and stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm.
that's where Oceans of Thoughts is. And being with Caribbean culture,
Mm-hmm.
I am promoting the culture with my work. Because
Yes.
Oceans of Thoughts is based, about my life and the Caribbean and the
Mm-hmm.
history, a lot of history in there. You know,
What? Okay. So where are you from in the Caribbean?
I'm from Dominica, the Commonwealth of
Okay.
Dominica. Yeah, that's all the way in the middle of the ocean, next to Guadeloupe,
Uh,
Nick,
right to Haiti.
further than Haiti. You will find
Oh,
it more near Saint Lucia. You know,
oh,
Saint Lucia,
oh,
Martinique.
okay.
It's a
Oh, okay. Over there by St. Thomas.
St. Thomas is closer out. If you know about Saint Lucia, you hear
Yes.
Barbados, you hear
Yes.
Martinique, Guadeloupe.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
okay.
where Dominica is. Yeah, in that,
Okay.
right
Yes,
away in that
ma'am. Yes.
region. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So how helpful has your daughter been in your author career?
She's pretty helpful when it comes to the computer, like you saw this morning. She was trying to help me out with that, and with
Hmm.
anything online. Yeah, and
Uh-huh.
of course, she's a young lady, so she has her own
Yes.
life, and it's a matter
Hmm.
of me waiting on her to help me
Okay.
out. But she comes
Yes.
through, and
Mm.
she does more the computer work aspects
Mm.
of Oceans of Thoughts.
She behind the scene
Behind the
technician.
scenes, yeah, because Lawrence, I said to her, I sent you to school, I educated you, so you have to help me.
Hey, come on, help mama out.
You
Come
have
on
to
over
help
here.
me. 'Cause all this computer work, I sent you to school to do that, so
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that is
Right.
that's where she comes in. She
Yes.
comes in with the computer aspects, putting the
Hmm.
work in the categories, doing all the aligning of the book before I send
Yeah.
it out to be
Mhm.
proofread, or
Yes.
anything that needs to be done for books, for the books. Before I could send it
Does
out, all the work that
uh
I'm doing here on the computer, she's the one. I will do it, but then she will put
yeah.
it where it's supposed to go, put it in
Yeah.
categories,
Hmm.
and stuff like that. And after all that's done, then we can send it out. Yeah, that's
Okay.
that's where she comes in, nothing else. And of
Okay.
course, it's like, I'm coming, mommy. I'm coming. It's still coming. I'm coming. I'm coming.
Right. I'm gonna get there. Wait a minute.
Yeah, you know.
You throwing too much at me right now. Just sit down, for a minute, mom.
Yeah, yeah,
But I like to see that dynamic, that mommy and daughter working together
yeah,
in the success of what mommy does and the success of what your daughter does
yeah,
as well. And some, our children play a very successful role in our lives as mothers, as authors in our careers and things like that. So I give your daughter props when she's having mommy do mommy business and behind the scenes
Yes,
stuff.
it can be
So
difficult, but she does
yes,
it.
yes, but she there
Yes,
for
she's
mommy.
there.
So
I'm
tell
grateful
her,
for that, you know. I'm grateful for that.
I said thank you.
Yes, yes, I will tell her, and she will hear the interview too, so she will see it. Yeah.
Right. So when is she gonna write her book?
Oh, well, I don't know about that because she's on a whole different thing right now. Yeah.
Category or
She's not in
name?
other, she tells me, "Oh, mommy, I'm coming, and you're just bothering me or something." She will go into this. And
Yeah.
she will come on her own time, and she will sit and we
Yes.
get it done. We will put
Mhm.
the videos on, put the videos wherever in the YouTube, whatever it is. When it
Mhm.
comes to the book part of it, she's the one aligning
Mhm.
everything. You know, she would
Mhm.
send the information out to the book designer.
Yeah.
She will send it out, the PDFs, because I don't know how to do
Yes.
those things. You know, at
Okay.
my age, no, I don't need to know how to do it. You know, I pay you to do it.
Right.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
she really does. Oceans of Thoughts would not have been born without her help.
Mhm.
I would have had to pay somebody else,
Mhm.
which would have been
Amen.
fine too. But I have
Mhm.
a feeling, and I said to her,
Mhm.
this is orchestrated. It's not something that just happened. For you to be here with me and assisting me putting out this work,
Yes.
it's
Yes.
something orchestrated. So you cannot fight it.
Mhm.
She's young, want to do her own thing. But when she's here and she's
Yes.
able to, I say, come on, Morty, let's do this. And I would wait and wait and wait. I said, it's only 5 minutes. Sometimes it's just a little click I need, but I don't know
Yes.
what. But
Yes.
she will do it,
So,
So
yes,
I'm
ma'am.
grateful. I'm grateful that she
Amen.
assists on her own
Amen.
time. I got to add that in on her own time.
Yes, ma'am. So I want to thank you today, Miss Rosalind, for coming and spending time with us
Yeah.
at the Authors Visibility Marathon. And I pray that you have a blessed day. Now, y'all can turn around and go get Miss Rosalind's book, Oceans of Thoughts, Book 2, A Wave of Smooth Intensity, Captivating Energy, and a Historical Movement of a Musical Decade. It talks about her musical life, her life in music, being a dancer, growing up and being very festive in the community and with a group of friends and things of that nature. And you can purchase her book at oceansofthoughts.com. I want to
Can I,
thank you, Miss Rosalind, again for coming today.
can I say
And do you have,
something?
ma'am?
Yeah, I would like to thank a couple members of my team for their
Mm-hmm.
support with Oceans of Thoughts. I have Jennifer
Mm-hmm.
Fidel Johnson. She's in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
These ladies that I am speaking about are those who I
Mm-hmm.
could call and say, listen to this, and I'd read my work and I say, what do you think? Like editing. They edit over the phone. I have another cousin of mine. She's in
Mm-hmm.
Sacramento, California, Janice
Yeah.
Carbon, and I have another friend of mine in Canada, Jennifer Davis. So I
Mm-hmm.
could call on those little clique of
Yeah.
ladies who are
Yeah.
around the globe, and
Mm-hmm.
they give me that moral support. When I call
Yes.
and say, this is what somebody told me, and they'll give me that moral strength. Because
Yes.
although we rely on the inner self and the inner inspiration, the Lord placed people in our life to give us some moral strength, moral
Yes, ma'am.
encouragement. So
Right.
I always say, whenever I speak, I would like to always mention them, being grateful for their encouragement as well.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. We thank you so much,
Yes.
Miss Rosalind. And Oceans of Thoughts is her book. She's holding up her book cover. She's showing you the book. So please go get it today. All right. All right.
Well,
Thank you,
thank
Miss
you.
Rosalind. And
I
have a blessed day.
appreciate you. Have a blessed day as
All
well. Thank you so
right.
much. Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Okay. Bye. Love you too. Bye.
All right.
Okay. You have to get me off here.